And you know, 4th of July festivities, that's when you know it's going to get hot. When 4th of July is approaching, it's hard to believe it's already July. They're about to kick off, which means that you're going to be heading to a couple of barbecues. And something sweet to round out a great meal is always the way to go. Peggy Harris with Peggy's Cakes is here to show us some simple recipes that won't take too much of your time. These are very do-it-yourself recipes at home, Peggy, right?
They are, and this one's especially easy because it's cupcakes. And this is what it will turn out looking like, but you can also do an easier version of it and just color each individual cupcakes and stick them all together and make them look like a flag.
And you have some red velvet cupcakes here, so you
do.
could actually make these like with the Betty Crocker recipe out of a box.
You could.
If you don't have a recipe for them, right?
Right, you can.
Okay, so let's talk about how you frost them. Once you're done, you cool them off. How do you frost these?
All you do is you make sure that they're all pretty tight in there, and you just start frosting, and you can use store-bought frosting and color it yourself. And now they even have the frosting in the little tubes, so it makes it very easy. Walmart and
you would just add food coloring to the frosting, like a simple vanilla?
You can, but they also sell it colored already, so I mean it takes that out of it. And so,
great. And then also for the piping bags, you could use just a plastic bag at home and make that into a piping bag.
You can just use a plastic bag, poke a hole in the bottom of it, and go from there. You don't even really need to have the tips.
And so it's really simple. You just make the American flag out of this. Now it does take a little bit of time, right? How much time should you give yourself for this?
Well, I don't need a ton of time, but you know, it depends on how much you've done cake decorating.
Experience, right?
Experience. And you know, don't worry about it being perfect or not, because people aren't going to care, because as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. So
that is all that matters. I mean, people love cupcakes, and that's what's really big right now, right? A huge trend is the cupcake cakes as opposed to the regular cakes.
It is, and the reason for that is it's so easy to serve them, because you just pull it off.
Absolutely.
You know, you don't have to sit there and cut the cake and serve it, and it's just easier.
So let me ask you a question. Could you make this actually in a smaller version if you just don't have a lot of people going? Because I know this one is 6 by 4, so you have a few cupcakes on there, about 24 cupcakes. So you could maybe make it into like an 18, or
you could also do the miniature cupcakes instead. So you could, you could make individual little ones if you wanted to, and then again, leftover cupcakes is always good anyway. So,
it is really good.
You know, you can never have too much cake.
So you're doing the stripes right now. To do the stars, how would you do that?
That is really simple. If you have the bag that you're supposed to have. But basically you just have another little bag like this, and
you just
kind of put them on there. But I evidently have left.
And if you don't even have the little contraption, could you just use a toothpick maybe and put them on there?
You could, or you can also, they sell them, the little like sprinkles. Yeah. They sell them in star form. So
sounds great.
But this is what it turns out with when you have everything you're supposed to have.
Well, thank you so much, Peggy, for being here this morning. And we had a graphic on the screen right now with all of your information. Be sure to call up Peggy if you don't want to make your
Yes, I will make it for you.
She will make it for you. And you can also find all of these on valleycentral.com. Mary?